we are. I just don't have a date to share with all of you at this time, but he is looking forward to meeting with Speaker McCarthy and to.
There's a meeting about the debt limit specifically.
Well, no, I mean, look, it's going to be about a range of issues, right? And when the president speaks to members, when he has meetings with members, he talks about a range of issues. I don't want to get ahead of a meeting that has not been locked in. It's a little bit of a hypothetical here. But again, when the president normally talks to congressional members, when he has meetings with them, there are a range of issues that are talked about. But we have been very, very clear from here about where we stand when it comes to the debt ceiling. I have been clear, the president has been clear, it should not be used as a political football. But again, he's looking forward to meeting with the speaker and continue to build on that relationship.
Does the president have a view on whether it should be suspended or whether it should be increased? Under Trump, 3 times it was suspended and then snapped back in.
Look, we think that Congress should deal with this in a bipartisan fashion, as they have about 78 times in the past. This is something that Congress has done. It is their basic responsibility as a congressional member, and that's what we want to see. Anything else about the specifics, that's up to Congress. But this is something that needs to be dealt with. We're talking about jobs, right? We're talking about seniors. We're talking about veterans. Right? We're talking about real-life potential issues that could affect Americans across the country. So it should not be used in a way to hold the debt ceiling in hostage, right? Because they want to cut Social Security, right? Because Republicans, MAGA Republicans in the House, want to cut Social Security, or they want to cut Medicare. That should not be where we are right now. We should not be moving forward in conversations about the debt ceiling in that way. They should be dealing with.
Good afternoon, friends. Happy Friday to all of you. So sadly, evictions are picking up across the United States as millions of Americans face the risk of slipping into poverty. A new group of lawmakers is urging that Congress establish new programs to provide additional relief to low-income households. Many Americans may qualify for a bonus relief payment very soon. So friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to hear about all of these details. Also, to say thank you for being part of this community and joining me here every day. I will be announcing 2 winners for today's Walmart gift card giveaway of $75. If you'd like to enter the weekly giveaways, all you have to do, friends, is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then leave a comment on, the greater your chances, my friends, of winning these giveaways. Between rents rising and most crisis-era eviction bans having expired, the number of tenants coming home to find notices on their doors is picking up. In just the first week of January, the eviction lab at Princeton University has counted more than 9,300 eviction filings in 9 states and the 32 cities that it monitors. In New York City alone, nearly 4,400 families and tenants have been removed from their apartments. Jacob Hawes, research specialist at the Eviction Lab, told CNN News, "We've seen in recent months an increase in eviction filings in the areas that we track, sometimes back towards pre-crisis averages and sometimes worse. Eviction can be traumatic, destructive experience for the families that face it." So friends, if you are behind on your rent or facing displacement, here is what housing experts recommend that you do. In certain cities, for example, landlords are now limited in how much they can raise your rent. If you're facing eviction because of an increase that was illegal, it is worth knowing that you may be able to bring this up in housing court or with your landlord. And in some places, you're entitled to a set amount of notice with an eviction, such as 90 days in specific areas in Portland, Maine. During the school year, educators and families with school-aged children recently received new eviction protections in Oakland, California. Meanwhile, if your landlord has raised your rent above a certain amount, you could be eligible in a few cities, including Seattle, Washington, and Portland, Oregon, to get some of your moving costs covered. Most rental assistance programs that opened during the crisis are now closed, but some are still accepting applications. On the National Low-Income Housing Coalition's website, You can find a state-by-state guide of relief options and their status. Today, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said that the United States never has and never will default on its debt. His statement as the country hit its $34.1 trillion debt ceiling and began what the government called extraordinary measures to continue paying its bills. House Republicans, under the leadership of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, have threatened to hold President Biden's administration hostage over the debt limit, demanding spending cuts, targeting programs like Social Security and Medicare. Mitch McConnell told reporters today, periodically the debt ceiling has to be lifted, and it's always a rather contentious effort. In the end, I think the important thing to remember is that America must never default on its own debt. It never has, and it never will. Mitch McConnell added that Republicans will negotiate with Biden over raising the debt limit, even though the White House has signaled that no conditions should be attached to this. The U.S. Treasury Department announced it is taking great measures to ensure the U.S. continues to meet its financial obligations. Officials said that those measures will be exhausted this summer, and the U.S. will default unless the ceiling is raised. Mitch McConnell said he expects both sides to come to an agreement sometime in the first half of 2023. Brian Deese, the director of the White House National Economic Council, said that the debt ceiling is not something to play games with. The brinkmanship risks higher borrowing costs for the U.S. forever. Deese also recently told CNN News even just the specter that the United States might not honor its obligation does damage the economy. In 2011, House GOP members voted against raising the debt ceiling, forcing then President Obama and Democrats to make spending cuts. That year was the first time U.S. debt was downgraded by financial ratings firm Standard & Poor's over the risks brought by political brinkmanship. Mitch McConnell, though, downplayed risks to the U.S. economy. He also stated, "I would not be concerned about a financial crisis." Well, my marvelous and magnificent friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Friday. My friends, I'll be announcing 2 winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway in a video later today. Please make sure that you do stay tuned for that video. And if you'd like to enter the giveaway, all you have to do, friends, is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, my friends, the greater your chances of winning these weekly giveaways. Thank you and have a very wonderful and blessed weekend.